All right, Zatima fans, this is my last video I need to do today, thank goodness, because I think I've done 9 total. I wasn't planning on doing this many at all, but here we go. I was thinking about, the conversations I've had today between at least 4 different people at this point about the particular genre that the Zatima series could be, and the conversation has been unanimous of, wow, I think it could be something along the lines of a sitcom, kind of like more so like Bruh than actually Sistas. DeVell has actually stated in many interviews that one of his acting dreams is to be the star of his own sitcom. And, well, with Crystal by his side and the fan base behind Zatima, it's funny because when I was scrolling to get some information for one of my videos, the Taylor Swift re-release and the fanfare between fans and the music videos alone, I was thinking, yeah, you could argue that the Zatima fan base is like the Beyonce or Taylor Swift fan base. They love them some Zatima. They can do no wrong. And I was thinking that if there was one character from Sistas who I would not mind seeing in the Zatima series, it would be Danni, but only to an extent. So before going into my full thoughts, make sure you take a moment to thumbs up the video to show you like it. Hit subscribe as we are a little less than 1,300 people away from 190,000. Hit the bell icon and select all. That way you stay up to date when I post content. And follow me on social media. Links are in the description below. Now, I've done many videos today, such as, is Danni a supporter of the Zatima shipping, or is she more on the side of Karen because she was the one that introduced her to Zach to begin with? But then other people pointed out, well, Jeremy, we're almost 3 seasons in, and a lot of things that happened in the early seasons, well, hell, even within season 1 alone, there were a lot of inconsistencies where one episode, Danni was the one that got Zach the job at the airport, but then also introduced him to her girl her girl Karen. But then other episodes are like, well, no, Karen was holding Zach down. He couldn't find a job, so she got her friend Danni to get him a job at the airport, and then that's how Danni and Zach met. There are just so many things that just don't line up, but regardless, we know he works at the airport, mainly in part to Danni, and the whole Karen and Zach thing, I'll just say Danni was the one that introduced him. I don't know. But regardless, Danni is the one who knows Zach better than anybody when you really think about it, since she, how they make that joke, oh yeah, that's my work husband or that's my work wife. Yeah, because you spend most of your time with your coworkers than you do your family. And I'm talking pre-2020, just putting that into perspective. And I was thinking about the weight of Danni's words when talking to Karen about moving on. They hold more weight than Andy or Sabrina or Fatima herself. Danni's the one who knows Zach the most or the best. I mean, go back to season 1 and you could see the dynamic between those two where you could tell they would either end up together or they would just stay as great friends with a sibling energy about them that's hilarious. And it just goes to show that they both call each other out on their bull crap. Now, something to think about here is when Karen is being told by Danni to move on, or when Danni hangs out with Zach, she's usually the first one to say, oh yeah, y'all gonna hook up together. There have been a few times that she and the girls initiated bets on how long it would take for Karen and Zach to gravitate back towards each other again. And then you move into when she meets Fatima, and Fatima hits it off with all the sisters. This was during the early episodes of season 2, during the girls' night to celebrate Andy winning the case against her by the law firm and everything, and winning that huge settlement. And then from there, she hit it off with Danni because they were 2 peas in a pod. They had both dated the same guy that stole their stuff. They're both wild. They know how to get down. Fatima's as sensitive and understanding as Sabrina. Of course, her and Andy were in the early stages of building up their friendship. And then, Karen and Fatima didn't really have too much to say to each other aside from, hey, girl, I like your outfit. So they kind of hit it off well, too. But then you move forward to the surprise wedding, and after Karen had walked out, you got Fatima and Danni talking, and I think Fatima pulls out something for everybody to smoke because, they need to calm their nerves. And Danny's, oh yeah, I like you, but no, that whole thing about you and Zach behind Karen's back, I can't really trust you like that. So I feel like if Danni moved past that feeling, I would not mind seeing her in the Zatima spinoff. Don't get me wrong, I'm glad that Zach and Fatima are getting away from these toxic females, but the only thing I would hate is if we see Danni in the show for no other reason than to get dirt or tea on Zach and Fatima and then bring it back to Karen. But in this upcoming episode this week, we know that Zach's going to come over to Danni's place to hopefully tell Karen to her face once and for all that it's over. I don't love you anymore. I don't want to be with you, and then go on with his life. And in that case, I could definitely see if Karen accepts it, Danni stopping by just to kind of, hang out with her people because, well, we know that in the Zatima series, we're going to meet a lot of the people outside of the Sistas crew that Zach and Fatima hang out with, like from Zach's basketball buddies to Fatima's girl group. And I just really feel like Danni would be a fit for this comedic kind of show given her demeanor. But, like recent episodes have shown, we're really not seeing a great dynamic between the two. Danni and how she interacts with Fatima. But I will say that, I remember that one episode where I forgot what it was, the girls' night or something. I know that Andy had Fatima call the girls to cancel because she had a meeting or something, and Fatima called Danni. So I don't know, Danni might show up. I don't know, she might. And like I said, it wouldn't surprise me just to check in on how her old co-worker's doing. I think that would be pretty cool. But, and I could see her saying like, Zach, you ought to let me stay a night in your place. All how nice it is due to the fact that I'll let you crash in my place. But then remember in season 1, he did pay rent for like a month, but Danni kicked his ass out after only a week or so. And I'm like, that's jacked up because she wanted Preston to stay, and now she done kicked him out too. So, and he paid 3 months of rent. So, just let me know. Do you think Danni would be cool to be in the Zatima series? I'm not saying she has to be a series regular, but if I were to, have one of the main Sistas cast being there for just a few appearances, I think she would be the best fit. That's not to say we couldn't have, a scene or two in the episodes where we see Fatima at work and Andy's there, or Zach's doing his own thing, so he wouldn't be at the airport anymore. I don't know. But yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Do you think Danni would be a good fit, or do you feel like, Jeremy, I see what you're saying, I see where you're coming from, but I just want Zatima. Forget about the rest of the Sistas cast. I want some new faces. That's fine too. But at least tell me, do you understand where I'm coming from in terms of if this series is a sitcom or comedy, kind of like, 20, 22 minutes, like, bruh, I could see it being like that. I think Danni would be the best fit. So let's talk about it more in the comment section below. This will be my last Zatima video, at least until after this week's episode of Sisters, or if we get some sort of official announcement or anything like that. But yeah, donate if you would like on PayPal or Cash App, like and subscribe, and I'll talk to you all in the next one.